when I jumped into the Star Wars: The Old Republic universe, well, actually no, not universe, section of the Star Wars universe, there was like a lot of not forbidden, but like new abilities that I've never seen before, like Darth Treya, how she can wield 3 lightsabers but not even touching them, just like how they're like levitating by the Force and being wielded by the Force. I mean, you can even see Dagan Gera doing it in Star Wars: The Jedi Survivor, the video game, and also like Darth Sion, who's able to hold himself together through pain, and other Darth Nihilus. I hope I'm saying this Nihilus. I hope I'm saying the name correctly. And how he's able to devour planets and just like cut people off from the Force, and also like sucking out the Force essence. It's just crazy. So this video is the 10 forbidden Force abilities explained, and the credit of this video goes to Red5, the channel name. And also, I know Red5 is the call sign for Luke Skywalker in Star Wars Episode 4: A New Hope. So I'm really excited to see like how Red5 will do this. By the way, this is my very first video from Red5. I don't know who it is, and this is a brand new channel to me, because basically my main source of Star Wars: The Old Republic or Star Wars videos has been Geetsly, and so this right now I'm kind of like expanding and just like checking out new channels. So without anything else, let's check out what Red5 has to say about the 10 forbidden Force abilities.
The dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities some consider to be
unnatural.
Or even, in some cases, outright forbidden. You guys loved our video on the forbidden lightsaber forms, so we decided a sequel.
Oh, I gotta check that out too.
Today we'll be examining the 10 most forbidden Force abilities. Now, of course, no Force ability was truly forbidden to the Sith. Their only true limitations came with their level of power. So we'll purely be looking through the lenses of the Jedi Order. Many of these powers were strictly found in Star Wars Legends, but several are also canon. While any usage of the dark side would technically be forbidden for a Jedi Knight, some abilities may have just earned a slap on the wrist, or long, boring conversation with the Jedi Council. We're gonna take things to the extreme. These were the Force abilities that, had a Jedi Knight used them, would have certainly led to them being banned from the Order, if not imprisoned for life, or perhaps even executed. These are the 10 worst of the worst when it comes to Force abilities to the Jedi.
Okay, so to the Jedi. Alright.
Number 1, Force Kill. The name should probably dictate why. Force Kill was an ability used to telekinetically destroy a victim's organs, for instance, forcing one's heart to stop beating. On the Sith homeworld of Korriban, Darth Tyrannus or Count Dooku used Force Kill on a black market dealer's heart, killing them instantly. It was also heavily rumored that the former Jedi Master used a variation of this to slow the heartbeat of General Grievous in order to keep him alive before his cybernetic transformation. Darth Bane also used Force Kill on his father by envisioning a giant hand squeezing his father's heart, resulting in a fatal heart attack. Even Darth Vader knew how to use this power, and was said to have demonstrated the ability to stop a victim's heart or freeze his lungs with the Force. Number 2, Force Crush. And not in the way Anakin was creepily wooing Padme with all that talk about sand. One of the most violent Force abilities known to the Sith and the Jedi, Force Crush lifted the victim into the air, and as they were floating, their body would forcibly implode as it was crushed by the Force. Force Choke was one thing, but this was on another level. If any Jedi did this to a living thing, it would be absolutely brutal. The one loophole with Force Crush was that the Jedi were permitted to use this ability on droids, but never a living being. Several Jedi used Force Crush on Separatist battle droids during the Clone Wars, including Obi-Wan Kenobi, who crushed 2 commando droids on Kadavo. Mace Windu used Force Crush on General Grievous, as the cyborg was attempting to take his captive Chancellor Palpatine to the Invisible Hand during the Battle of Coruscant, crushing one of the few organs the cyborg had left, his lungs. This was in part responsible for Grievous's constant choking and coughing. Anakin Skywalker also displayed his power, brutally crushing a Techno-Union scientist's breathing apparatus. In the post-Imperial era, Luke took after his father and employed Force Crush against a Dark Trooper aboard Moff Gideon's light cruiser. Number 3, Force Plague. This is actually a derivative of Force Slow, which according to Old Republic lore is a dark side ability. We've also seen it used by Kylo Ren, and interestingly enough, Cal Kestis, though the first time he employed it, the power came from a place of fear. Force Slow clouded the target's mind, causing them to slow down both mentally and physically. But it's just the tip of the iceberg. Force Slow was in fact a milder version of 3 poison-inspiring force powers, the other ones being Force Affliction and Force Plague. Force Affliction worked much like a fast-acting poison, quickly deliberating the target. The effects of Affliction worsened over time and may cause death if the user is strong enough with the Force. Force
so
Plague
that's what it
went
was.
even further and was a deadlier version of Force Affliction. Darth Treya and Darth Nihilus attempted to use this technique against Mitra Surik. Yeah, no way a Jedi is getting away with that one. Number 4, Force Maritru. This was also referred to as the Touch of Death. Need I say more? This force
don't
ability
think I
could slow
heard
down
this
the
one.
biological functions of another being, including breathing and heart rate. A trained user could even turn the technique upon themselves, surviving without food, water, or even air for over a year at a time, though it could not protect against the vacuum of space. It could also be turned on others,
So it has its
making
limits.
it an effective way of subduing enemies. However, failure to monitor a targeted opponent could render them permanently unconscious or cause them to die of dehydration or starvation. This classified ability was considered off limits for Jedi Knights without exceptions. A few Jedi Masters were however permitted to practice Force Maritru, including Yaddle. Despite its deadly potential, this power was not practiced by those who used the dark side, as it required a mastery of a less malicious use of the Force than most Sith usually employed. Number 5, Force Lightning. This
Of
is
course.
one of the more well-known dark side abilities that was an easy lock for this list, though there is an exception that we'll get to in a moment. As you're probably aware of, Force Lightning involved a discharge of electrical energy from the practitioner's hands, capable of killing or inflicting severe pain on the target, as well as possible disfigurement. Luke Skywalker considered it to be the ultimate manifestation of the Force in a physical sense. Electric Judgment, however, was a non-lethal light side version of Force Lightning, also
I know
forbidden
Plo Koon
for
did it.
widespread use amongst the Jedi Order. It was yellow, orange, green, or golden in color, as opposed to blue. Plo Koon first used this ability by accident in order to subdue a criminal, immediately reporting this to the Jedi Council. The Master stated that he had not felt any anger or fear as he let out the blast of Force Lightning, but was indeed calm and in control of his emotions, nor was he tempted to kill his opponent. The Council asked him to contemplate whether he felt it was wrong of him to have utilized this power during the mission and whether he would use it again. After much meditation, Plo Koon decided it would be wrong of him to ignore the power and that he should develop it into a useful technique, as he was acting according to the will of the Force. It was, however, forbidden for use by other Jedi. Luke Skywalker and Jacen Solo also later went on to practice Electric Judgment. Number 6, Mind Domination. While Force Persuasion or the Mind Trick was commonly used by the Jedi on the weak-minded, Mind Domination is the dark side's equivalent. It took complete control of the minds of the victims. Higher levels of mastery allowed more people to be controlled. Number 7, Force Fear. This is, again, a darker variant of the Jedi mind trick. The wielder would strike directly at the deepest parts of the target's mind, causing an uncontrollable shaking fear that would wreak havoc with the target's capabilities. Through pure will of the Force alone, a user could cause them to lose their courage completely, and if left undefended, the effects could be severe, rapidly demoralizing
that's
the enemy
dangerous.
with a feeling of hopelessness and regret. Depending on the victim, it would cause them to either cower defensively or flee from their opponent outright. Jedi would seldom use Force Fear to defuse a potentially dangerous situation. But would you be shocked if I told you it had 2 more advanced variants, known as Force Horror and Force Insanity? Their effect was much more devastating and able to target multiple beings at once, with the victims possibly descending into an utter state of frenzied madness and deranged mania as their situation seemed to suddenly become hopeless. Number 8.
That's
Deadly Sight.
crazy.
Deadly Sight was a
Deadly
dark
Sight.
side power that harnessed the user's hatred into deadly energy, forbidden by the Jedi for obvious reasons. Deadly Sight focused a Force user's fury and hatred and then projected them through an intense glare onto the victim. It would blister the skin and vaporize extremities. That's right, Darksiders could inflict pain and
just
injury
by
upon
looking?
their foes just by looking at them, causing victims' bodies to burn and smoke as they died. The only known practitioner of
That's
Deadly
crazy.
Sight was the Dark Jedi Saris. There is some debate that Darth Maul also used this ability in a comic, but that appeared to be something else entirely. Number 9, Force Drain.
With his
This
rage, I won't be
involves
surprised.
using the dark side of the Force to, well, drain either the Force energy or life force itself from a victim.
Darth Nihilus is going to be in this
process
one.
Consisted of the summoning of the given energies from the victim by the practitioner, who then absorbed it.
There he
This was
is.
commonly used by Sith like Darth Malak and Darth Nihilus during the Old Republic. The Night Sister Mother Talzin also employed a form of Force Drain in the Son of Dathomir comics in order to possess the body of Count Dooku for a time. During the Battle of Exegol, Darth Sidious drained the Force energy of Rey and Ben Solo to increase his own strength, rejuvenating himself to a state of power comparable to at the time of his prime. Number 10, Force Scream. This was a Force exertion manifested by those whose alignment was with the dark side of the Force. It was a scream of strong frustration, rage, or grief that was often
like a
involuntary,
banshee,
but could be summoned on command, triggering shockwaves that rippled through the Force itself and could even stun an opponent. We're all certainly familiar with the most well-known application of the Force Scream in Revenge of the Sith.
Oh, that's right.
Force Scream even appeared in the recently released canon novel Rise of the Red Blade. While sparring with Iskat Akaris at Inquisitorius headquarters on Coruscant, the recently broken former Jedi Tuolan Yolana unleashed a scream by using the Force that caused his opponent to collapse into a catatonic state on the ground. Akaris could still feel the physical effects sometime after she managed to stand back up. But did we leave any out? Which forbidden Force abilities do you find the most fascinating? How do you feel about the Jedi such as Plo Koon or Yaddle, who were notable exceptions to some of these rules? Sound off in the comments. Come join us to chat more at our community.
Alright, so that was the 10 forbidden Force abilities explained by Red 5. He did an amazing job. Some of them I did I did know already. Like, you know, Force Lightning, that is the most well-known, and Force Crush, and just Force Drain, because Darth Nihilus is really well known for that one. But the one thing I did not know was the Deadly Stare one. They can literally incinerate and literally blister someone just by looking at them. That is insane. But either way, this video was amazing. I do have another video by Red 5, which is 10 war crimes, but the one that he mentioned at the beginning, the 3 forbidden lightsaber forms, I gotta take a look at that one too. So I gotta like save that one right after I finish this video. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. This was amazing. Red 5, if you're watching this, you did an amazing job. So again, credit this video goes to you. And also, besides that, I am still looking into the Republic history videos, guys. So if you guys are wondering where they are here. But I'm just like literally balancing out like 3 different universes: Star Wars, Warhammer 40k, and Halo. So that's what I'm trying to do. So I know they're all over the place, but I am getting to them. So again, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, because I really did. I learned a few new Force abilities and just reviewed over the ones that I already knew. But either way, great video. And also hit that notification bell so you know when I drop another video. And also check out my other videos. Thank you guys so much for your continued support in this channel. I really do appreciate it. I hope you guys are having an amazing day or night wherever you guys are, and I'll see you guys next time.